And it's lights out and away we go!
Gamers! And Onion Barge gets against the launch of the line of Luigi, and he gets the job done on P2 before the first corner. Then he gets away nicely. Oh, we got an Aaron. Aaron is off. Big crash!
Oh,
big crash!
Huge crash at the back!
Both Haas, racing points and the front of Ferrari and the Toro Rosso. Huge crash. And it looked
That
like
was a 5-wide moment there. That was at Nick Biden.
Welcome to the Autodromo Hermandos Rodriguez, Mexico City, a track named after two of Mexico's best racing drivers, Ricardo and Pedro Rodriguez. The track is located over 2,000 meters above sea level, making it the highest altitude Formula One track on the calendar. 9 rights and 8 lefts is all that's needed to complete the 4.3 kilometer circuit. But it's a tricky track that is bound to catch the drivers out. 2 long DRS zones gives the drivers plenty of opportunities to mix things up. All that's left for me to do now is to pass over to Mr. Incognita, who will talk us through a lap of Mexico, driven by the Renault driver, Mr. Luigi.
Alright, we're on board with Luigi for a lap of Mexico City. Around the last corner we go, exiting nice and cleanly down this very, very, very long main straight. It's more than a kilometre long, this straight. You get to a very high speed. By the end of it, it's 338, 39, 40, 41, 42 kilometres an hour. 343 right at the end before braking into turn 1. Third gear and down to second for the second corner. And then on the power nice and early on the exit. DRS down this straight as well. It's the same activation point as the first zone, braking just before the 100-meter mark, down to second gear for this left-hander, and then this very tight right-hander, and then this section feels like it just goes on forever. You feel like you're going so slowly through this double right-hander in second gear. Accelerating out then, down to fifth gear in the straight, and then a fourth gear left-hander, and then you want to be flat for as much of this as you possibly can, taking as much curb as you can here on the right, and then again on the left, and then not running with too wide on the exit. Otherwise you will invalidate. Then as soon as the curb starts, you start braking for this right-hander, getting as much curb on the exit as possible. This is where Verstappen sent it on Bottas in the real-life race. Through this twisty bit then into the last corner, get the power nice and early on exit, but don't do a Bottas on the outside, and then you cross the line. That is a lap of Mexico City, 1 minute 16.612.
There we have it. Welcome everyone. Joining me once again is Mr. Vance. I thought he was going to be late. Hello, Vance.
Hello there.
How is your tortilla?
Pretty good, even though it's cold, but you know.
Did you happen to see the intro there?
I did not actually, I just got to click on it now. What was on it?
Well, I'm on board with somebody here, yeah. So, the highlight reel, courtesy to Mr. Danny. Thank you very much, Mr. Danny. And also, there was a little bit of a track intro where I did a voice-over, which I've seen someone mentioning about the script. Yeah, you can't tell it was a script at all. I mean, I literally threw it together like 10 minutes before. In fact, you can hear me sneezing or sniffing on it. And I think I pronounced Rodriguez wrong the first time, but anyway, I don't think anyone noticed. We did a great wee intro. That was courtesy of Mr. Joel or Molio. You'll see in the chat. So
Molio, yeah.
Thanks to him, everyone. And also we have another guy in the chat today. So just don't pay any heed to him. A guy called Kieran. Yeah, that's not my brother. Okay, and he's here to cause havoc. So just ignore him. But he's very welcome.
Actually your brother?
Yeah, that's my brother. Yeah. So yeah, he's a bit of a. What can I say? He's a bit of a twat, but yeah, he's very welcome. Welcome, enjoy it.
It lies in the family, actually, then.
Yeah, it kind of just runs in us, you know. But yeah, so that's all the niceties over on the intros and the highlights, and I don't think we'll sing this time, Bance. I think we'll probably keep that to like just requests.
Yeah, I think people will be fine if we don't. I don't think they will be too upset about that.
Also, just because I see Elementrix is in the chat, if she's wondering where Madame Kitsune is, she will not be joining us sadly on the live chat because she has actually started her new job today.
Oh, she's actually starting it?
Yeah, she started at 5 o'clock my time, so that's what's at 6 your time, so she's out there working away. Makes a change.
Alright, when's she back then? Is
I
she
have
gonna see
no
any of the
idea.
race or no?
If not, she'll see the highlights, so
Mm-hmm.
which is a shame, but she will be here. But meanwhile, Mexico Bants. I think I might have.
Oh, hold on, wait, sorry, that was a perfect opportunity. Smash like for Kitsune's new job.
Oh
Thank
yes, give us a smash, people.
You. Anyway, yes, continue. Mexico.
Yeah, Mexico. What are your thoughts on Mexico?
Mexico. Hi, Pablo. Yeah, no, it's a track. You know, you're driving around it.
I mean, is that all we're gonna get? What 2 seasons, Bants? We've been doing this, almost more. And is that what it's degenerated to? It's a track.
I mean, it's just not that great, is it?
It's not that exciting. Let's admit it. It's not really that.
I mean, exciting? I don't know. We'll see today. I'm growing a little fond of it, I have to admit. But it's a Tilka track, isn't it? So it's... I think it's better than Sochi, you know? Oh no, you like Sochi, so I can't really...
Don't know. I like it. I like. Bleh. Oh, can you say that? I didn't even know what that means. I'll just back out of that one.
Wait, hold on. Is Thimo not racing today?
It's not racing again.
Oh, is he giving up to the might of Wimpy 3 non-trademark? I wonder why he removed the trademark from his name, Tipsy.
Who removed the trademark? Wimpy?
Yeah.
Hello.
I wonder why he would have done that.
If anyone watched the start, they would have seen the hot lap from Luigi. Luigi is currently in the pits. We're expecting him to do pretty well. I mean, the guy's phenomenal in terms of pace. Onion Barge as well. Going to do well. Vinny's put on a nice lap. But you can see there that on the hot lap, the Terror voiced over for us that Luigi put in a 1 minute 16.6. Now, that's already been well beaten so far. I kind of guessed Luigi was just kind of playing it safe. That one just basically putting in a more or less a hot lap. But I would expect to see him going much quicker than that. Tire strats. By the way, the tires are on for Speedy and Mr. Pretorius. They were giving me a bit of well, not weren't, but they won't give me any grief, but they were just requesting it. And I don't want to be getting the accused of being as unprofessional and
What?
As Mr. Beamer. I mean, you literally have to beg him for the frickin' tires.
Right? Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I mean, there's a good reason why we're the best commentators on EJL. You know, it's not not to be understated. You know, no one quite delivers this level of professionalism and information
Oh, absolutely.
as we do. So,
But Speedy is asking on chat exactly what I was about to ask you, Bance. What would be a good time in Mexico? And so,
14s is really good.
yeah, the guys are saying here, Pretorius, low 13s or even
No, 13s. Ah, no, 14s, yeah.
14. Oh, sorry, yeah,
Yeah.
he does correct himself. 14. So,
Yeah, I was gonna say, because I can't do 13s whatsoever. I'm like a second and a half off that. I've seen a lot of 14s. So,
Onion
yeah,
Barge
it's
sticks
a
it in.
pretty good area to be in.
In the 14s already. So you reckon low 14s is a kind of where we're looking for pole?
I think there's going to be low 14s as well. I don't know about 13. Jensen says if Band says 14s, it's definitely low 13s.
Oh,
What a bastard.
Yes, also on the stream you'll see on the little rolling banner where I normally have the tire and the logo rolling in. I was kind of messing around with it there before the stream and I accidentally clicked my profile picture in Discord, and every time I try to delete it from the banner it just leaves this big black long gap. So I decided, what the heck, I'll just leave it in there, no one will notice. So,
I think it's just a bit selfish, you know, full of yourself, so you have to put yourself wherever you can. But that's what I think.
you know, self-promotion and all that, Bance.
Works for me.
Slashy saying, why does no one share the link on 2SRL? Yeah, and exactly right, Mr. Pretorius. Why is Luigi not going out yet? What are you doing, man? Get this fight going. We're currently running on board with Max Splits, whom is I don't know whether he's a new driver or a reserve driver. I haven't been updated with the facts. Keeping an eye on him. Currently in the 16s. We're going to run on board with the Wimps. Mr. Wimps. Mr. EGL himself in the Ferrari.
Oh, no, Timo's not on because he's out drinking tonight, so definitely it does have to do with the pressure he gets from Wimpy. He's forced into drinking alcohol.
Imagine being forced into drinking alcohol.
Well, I mean, he can't help himself, let's put it that way. He always remembers the challenge that lies before him and says, no, not Wimpy 3 trademark, I can't do it. So he's going down to the pub instead.
Clearly, Mr. Push does not seem to know who you are, Bance. And I mean, I don't blame him. Like, it's not like you're like anybody important, really. The person beside me, Mr. Push, is the one and only Mr. 2SRL. Excuse me, 2SRL admin, creator, and generational talent, Mr. That Bance. Kind of a big deal.
Oh yeah, yeah, I'm kind of a big deal, Push. I mean,
yeah, it's like
you can't understand it, then please leave the stream.
Yeah. Oh, here comes he's the, as we would say, the cap in hand apologising. I don't think you should accept that apology, Mr. Bance.
I don't think so. I don't think I will.
I will point out as well, I'll quickly switch on to somebody. Mr. Luigi, he's out. He's out on a hot lap. Epic. We're going to run aboard with him.
Oh,
because he's the guy who we believe will take the fight to Onion. They've been fighting since he's joined, he's been fighting Onion Barge. As we see Luigi slowing down, getting himself fired up for this first proper timed lap. Although don't take nothing away from Vinny, because he did get pulled last time out. Excuse me. I just want to inform everyone watching while I'm dying here. Sorry. It is, of course, in case anyone wasn't familiar or aware, if they've been living in a cave, it is indeed Halloween. And unless you live in the middle of nowhere, like Mr. Dead Pixel, there will be people going around knocking on the doors. Little kids, or as I call them, littles. And they'll be going around knocking on the doors looking for handouts. And of course, I can't do that because I'm streaming. So,
you're old and you hate kids.
And they don't really answer the door anyway to them, you know. But if you hear some barking in the background, forgive me, I can't help it. It's Eddie telling them to. Right? But anyway, we're on board with Luigi. And of course, we can't really tell much by his sector times because he hasn't set the sector. Luigi's lost! He's off! Luigi spun! Oh. And he almost spins again trying to get back on the track, so he's not going to get pulled doing that.
It is understandable that would happen. He's had a pretty eventful week. Of course, his game came out 2 days ago, Luigi's Mansion 3, so he's been plenty busy with that, I think. So it's quite obvious that, you know, he might be a bit out of practice here.
But yeah, he's going to come back into the pits to get a... I think he was obviously looking to set himself kind of like a banker with the mediums and then switch over to the softs. That effectively is done now for him, probably because he left it so late to go out. So now he's no choice. Now he's going to have to go out on these softs. And effectively, when you look at the time bounce, I reckon he's only going to have one proper good run at this. So
yep,
he's kind of really potentially hampered himself here by kind of forcing himself into a one shot quali.
That goes not just for him, but also a couple other people. It seems like Gary, for example, he's not even had a single attempt. Looking at the race direction.
Looking at Sweetie saying, imagine losing it with assists.
I mean,
I believe in Mr. Luigi's defense, he only uses ABS. Take that what you may.
So anyway, we got 4 fast boys in the bottom 4.
Yep, Gary, or the keyboard, Luigi. Are you considering Netflix?
Possibly. I don't know.
Netflix
Why not?
is quick, of course, and them TT times. If anyone's seen his TT times, he sits in pretty tasty times. Of course, he does have all assists. Point that out. But yeah, Netlook is a kind of like I don't know how would you say it? It's just the gift that doesn't give. Effectively, it's when you see his pace in TT. Of course, as everyone is keen to remind me, TT's got nothing on a race, but still he can put in blisteringly fast TT times. But then it seems to not really be able to deliver when it comes to a race, and it kind of falls back.
Ooh, he might have cut that then as well, Mr. Netlook. No, he's going to finish his lap. It was a bit scrappy, but it does put him P4. Definitely a lot of time out on track. But EK knows how to make that work.
Guys are discussing, assists and, who uses them and that. And it's something I always found, it kind of just amused me that you get these guys in the EGL tournaments and stuff. You can get these like absolute hardcore gamers who like have these really, really, really expensive rigs, like £20,000 race setups, no assists, and they're like full on in it, and they get absolutely destroyed by Speedy on his joypad.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just what an absolute generational talent.
I mean, equipment cannot buy skill.
Exactly. So people are knocking on my door. Edward is barking. Hopefully you can't hear him, but if not, what the hell? People will get the message soon.
Fortunately, Kitsune's not there to hold the baseball bat in the front window.
Yeah, no. And see, normally what happens is Kitsune would be she would get banished from my studio, PC room, into the living room, and she watches it from in there. But of course, she's not here because she's out doing her duty for a change, and so I'm left with the dog. Speedy, I'm just mediocre. What? Well then, if you're mediocre, I'm absolute trash.
I mean, you are anyway.
I was gonna say that. I am anyway. Like, I got constructors champion. Mainly down to you, but of course no. There's no I in team, but there is 5 of them in individual brilliance.
That's true.
What about that? Eh?
That is a good point. Mr. Gary put in a bit of a lap.
Speedy also just gives a double blow to people, saying, yeah, it's an 8-year-old Xbox 360 controller.
Oof.
I mean, just when people think, I have to get a wheel, I have to get this.
I mean, he's just going into full flex mode right now.
Yeah, full flex.
You know, I'm not that good. Oh, but my equipment is this old. You know.
Well,
sorry, but that's classic Speedy right there.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna trash him at all because, I mean, he does deliver. You know, I don't want to make this the Speedy stream, but I do make it well known. I find him remarkable at what he can do on a pad. Not just him, of course, Mr. Jensen and all the boys. But anyway, Speedy's not here.
I disagree with you there. I think it is a Speedy stream because it's so incredibly enjoyable to watch that time flies. See. That was really funny. Man, I need to give myself a pat at the back for
where's
that
one. Where's my pound box? I can put it in. Another joke I completely missed.
Wait, did you really miss it? It was
yeah,
just a really bad joke.
Well, you see, I don't tell bad jokes. I tell unfunny ones.
Isn't that the same thing?
No.
I'll take it from the joke master himself.
Slashy. Slashy. Speedy, let me play a song on the world's smallest violin.
Yeah, that is a good meme right there.
Oh yeah. So anyway, we've got a minute to go here, band. So let's do a bit of commentating. On board with Onion Barge, who has provisional pole, just ahead of Gary and Mr. Silver. Luigi's way off it here, so I'm surprised Mr. Luigi. He's going to be kicking himself with the spin with the mediums for sure, but Onion Barge is coming around on his hot lap, or sorry, his out lap. And we're going to get he's coming across the line just nicely here, just about qualifying's over. Effectively, when it's bedded in, the track's nicely bedded in, so in theory it should be well rubbered in to give him the fastest time and traction. So here we go, keep an eye on the deltas guy up top right. Let's see if he's improving. Of course, plus means he isn't, minus means he is. So navigates this first sector. Sector time's popping up. Silver calls it a day, so he's sitting currently in P3.
Oh boy, Gary. Oh, Gary, I think you might have mistimed that one, buddy. Yeah, you have, big time.
Was Gary messed up? Yeah.
Yeah, he waited around too long and missed it by a couple seconds.
So Onion Barge has improved just 0.5 of a second, so it's not a great improvement, but it's an improvement nonetheless.
Well, does rival Gary won't have anything to say about it anyways?
Yeah. And he's still up on his time, again, not by much. He should bring it down into the 14.4s if he's able to keep this going. So navigate this last corner. Going Bottas how to do it.
Decent enough exit.
And here we go, should be 14.4s as I said. So he's on pole. Is there anyone out there at the moment who can beat him? Burke is not improved.
You definitely just cut that.
Luke has improved Sector 2 by half a second. So Luke is up to Sector 2, so this is going to put him really well
He
up
might
there.
be able to talk about pole here in a moment, depending on how he negotiates those last few corners.
Yeah, this is looking pretty tasty. Is he going to get pole? Or he's going to get very close to it? He gets...
Oh, he
he
invalidated
invalidated it, so that's probably why. And Wimpy's up on his time. Yeah, Wimpy improves, but not by much. And then if Crimsonium is way down on his time. Oh, excuse me, way down on his time.
Giving that one up. Motocrosser though.
So there it is. Onion pretty much pretty straightforward qualifying for him. No one really taking it to him. Gary was able to put a good fight on it onto him, and Silver, but pole is only, that's why you know it's only like not even half the battle. As we've already seen so many times in these races, pole means almost nothing in some of these online races, especially when you've got a tricky track, and especially when you've got a tricky turn one. Yes, go ahead, Bance.
Yeah, I don't know if you said it, but Luigi did have a default setup loaded.
Did he?
I don't know if you mentioned that. Yeah, he forgot to load it, so
But
that would explain some of his struggles.
Oh, so he actually went out before loading it.
Yeah. So another thing as well is that, you know, having wings like he does is really going to make him really struggle in the straights.
Yeah, but he can adjust his front wing before he starts.
Yeah, that's hopefully also what he's going to do, but that's everything he can do. His rear is still going to be a parachute, fortunately for him.
Yeah, so it's what would you even say damage limitations for Luigi? I think he's pretty much, well, I don't want to discount the man, because even on default setup we've seen some guys do remarkable things even on the default setup, but like you said, Bance, down the straights with the DRS open, I mean, he's going to be a sitting duck.
Yeah. That's the thing, the straights.
So it looks like we may be robbed by the Onion Luigi battle, but as I said before, Gary is a driver on his day. He's fast. The boy is fast.
Yep.
This turn one's going to be yeah.
Another thing as well is that starting on pole on this track has historically not been the best position. That would go to either second or third place. So it just depends on how the starts go, but I wouldn't discount the possibility that Gary comes out on top.
Well, looking at the front runners here, I know from just experience with Silver racing him and watching him, he generally is good at launching the car, and he can make up quite a few spaces. But another guy who is like the Fernando Alonso of race starts is Mr. Keyboard Magnussen down there in P15. So many times he does surprises, how far back he is, and then within the first lap he's up like 6th position. So another guy to watch out. Of course, starting on the hard, so playing the long game. Do you know, Bance, what the strat is here? It's a clear one stop. I'd imagine.
I don't know.
Well, they get the boys in the chat, Bailey, Jensen, Speedy, Pretorius. They can let us know what you reckon is what roughly is the cutoff point for these softs.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a soft to medium. But I'm not entirely sure, honestly. I've not really invested much time in this track.
Nor have I. And no running in Mexico at all, and I haven't even done any running in the Nürburgring for Assetto Corsa.
Oh god, how come?
I don't know. I've been busy playing too much. I've been busy. I have been too busy playing Umva.
Ah, have you played today?
No, I haven't played today. I didn't play last night either. It was too tired. But I'll be getting some gaming on later on if anyone wants to join.
And another thing as well is that we're about to get on gaming.
Yeah.
Here at the start of the race, everyone's forming up on the grid.
Gotta find a good camera. So while you're finishing off your grub there, Bance, we are about. Here we go. So the lights are lighting up the light board. We got a yellow already in sector 3. I don't know how that happens, but we got 5 lights, light side and off. Well, no, we're not going at all.
As lights out and away we go!
Extreme! And look at that, and they get off the line, and Silver does get a good line. Onion Barge gets completely mugged by Gary, and Silver's also on the inside, but it's given a chance for Ferk up the inside as well. And Vinny, Onion Barge is dropping way back here.
This is going to be interesting.
It's going to be potentially...
Gary makes a huge mistake under pressure there, which means he will lose his first position. Oh, that must... Oh, that is not going to be making him too happy.
It all looks pretty clean from the back up there, and everyone's very okay, and down to this next tight-braking zone.
It is an absolute cluster of cars here. This section very tricky to navigate.
I think the Haas might have lost a bit of front end plate there, colliding with the Williams. Not often you see a Williams up in the top 4.
Yeah, and that Williams about to mug off Gary potentially.
Yeah,
in fact, he does.
So everyone seems to be getting off nicely there. So as predicted, Keyboard does make a few places, although it is only 2 places. So look at that cluster F of cars in the background there. As we navigate 1 lap, just like that, 1 lap is done. And there's
just like that.
There's a little gap forming already between P2 and P3. So Onion had that early scare with losing it, but Silver is looking to capitalize on the fact that Luigi's so far back. And in fact, where is Luigi? Luigi's still in that P6 where he qualified. So doing a good job, of course, holding on to that position, albeit with the default setup. And who we got here? Doing a move max splice down the move, but we're going to stay on board with Luigi because Luigi's not afraid to send it.
Gonna have to. If he wants to have any chance at salvaging this race. But at a track like this, of course, this game doesn't simulate the thin air, so it is just a track where you take all the wing off instead of maxing out your wings like you would in real life. So this is not good for him because the default setup has 6 wings. That is definitely too much.
Or unless, like I said, unless he has moved it down, which surely he knows, no doubt he does.
He's done that, yeah.
No doubt he knows. So that will have helped him a fraction, a little bit maybe, but ultimately, he is going to be compromised on these straights. In fact, we're going to run on board with him here before DRS is activated on lap 2. It will be activated this lap now, but of course it doesn't come into play yet until the next lap.
Look at that.
And just going to click on board here with him just to see. Yeah, he's not even a hope in gaining in any way whatsoever. He's not even using ERS. So even in the slipstream, yes. So he's
Vinny there going very close to the McLarens there. He means business. It's a 4-way fight now.
Vin is, of course, the guy who's not afraid to send it. Not afraid at all to send it. And in fact, this is another problem with these tracks, and it's a kind of a problem with Formula 1 in general, I guess. I mean, they have done their best to try and tackle this issue with, cars following each other. But really, it does end up, unless you're Max Verstappen, then you can just pull off these crazy moves, or Ricciardo, who breaks, late in the Red Bull, not so much in the Renault. you're kind of forced to follow the guy behind and use the DRS. Really, I mean, it's the only real hope you get of overtaking cars. And Mexico's just one of those tracks. The too long DRS zones are where it's at really for getting an overtake done, unless you're really ballsy and you can send it down, the inside of someone. Which if you're close enough, why not go for it? I mean, if you see the space, go for it. But the only thing I will say, as Luigi is going to use the DRS and Burke's going defensive, very violently pulls to the left, but yeah.
Oh, it's just not enough, man.
Oh! Burke, what are you doing, man? That was almost disaster there. But like you said, Bance, that's just not enough. He keeps the DRS though. I wonder how does that work? Keeps the DRS in the second zone. I would have thought.
Yeah, so basically the first detection zone is for both cars, and Vinny goes around and Luigi hits him there. Dinks his wing on it.
Yeah, that was a collision with Verk.
Yeah.
So I don't see any damage to.
Around once again.
Yeah, I don't see any damage to Luigi, or sorry, to Verk, or sorry, what do you call him, the Vin Man, but I don't see any damage either to Luigi, who will be thankful for that. Further back here, we've got Mozzie. Oh, Mozzie! Yeah, but there. Oh, he's really bullying George here. You can only get away so much with the bullying on this track. Like I said, it does kind of force you. If you can't get that move in the DRS, you're going to have to try something, on these lunges. But I was going to say...
Luigi pits, so he definitely has some damage from that. I was told, we were told in chat that apparently the strategy is either soft to hard or medium to hard.
Okay, so Luigi should be going on to the... Oh, he's going to medium?
No, he's going to go for the two-stop. He has to anyway because
he's forced into it. Yeah.
It is not an easy soft to hard. You need to really stretch the tires. 2 lap 10, I think people in chat said. So it wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, but just to finish what I was going to say there, I was going to talking about, if you see the gap, you go for it. There's many people, you often hear people quoting Senna, the minute you don't go...
It's just terrible advice.
I know, but you hear people often say, no, the minute you see a gap and you don't go for it, you're no longer a racer. Who am I to disagree with the legend of Senna? But that is what I'm going to do. I disagree. Just because you see a gap doesn't mean you have to take it, because it could end up destroying someone's race.
I mean, I guess it depends on what you define as a gap.
Exactly. I mean, we've seen
literally as, the car just about fits in there, then it's probably not wise.
Yeah, and we've seen in last week's Japan race, and even in Tier 2, we've seen a few boys going for just unrealistic moves, a gap that was just never there. And so you can often hear people using that quote, oh, we see the gap, you're no longer a racer, but alas, it doesn't always apply to every single gap, boys. So.
Yeah, I don't think everything the gearhead says has to be
yeah.
obliged.
Exactly. But we've got Vinman on the Inferno Koi. Straightforward move here on the DRS. See, but you get the DRS there, but surely it should be Inferno Koi that gets the DRS on Vinny, but Luigi, he actually got the DRS. Yeah, so he gets the DRS twice. How does that work? Someone can explain that to me?
You what, sorry?
No, I'm saying on those 2 DRS zones, normally if you're behind the first guy, a car within the DRS registering line, then you get the activation of the DRS in the next line. But
so
after that, whenever there's the next DRS line, it should be the car behind. But in Mexico, it seems to be that if you
there's only one detection zone, and it's for the main DRS. So you also get DRS for the second zone, which I find mind-boggling because it destroys racing. We had that in the real race as well with I think it was Carlos Sainz when he was in 4th, and he survived the first DRS attempt on him, and then in the second zone, when he lost out to the car that got past him with the initial DRS, got DRS again. So the car that went for the overtake essentially got a free gap. So the car just overtakes. So it's essentially just discouraging racing, in my opinion. I don't really see why they thought that was a clever idea.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's instantly confusing me, because I would have thought the fairness thing would have been, if a car passes you in DRS zone 1, then the guy behind automatically should get the DRS the next time around to give him a chance to maybe get that place back, or if anything, as you say, just kind of improve the racing, force the guy who's just done the overtake to defend. it kind of just gives them just really just an OP DRS. I don't know, but I see Tara says that you were whining about it, Dan. So I didn't hear your whine.
Oh,
initially.
Larson spins. He's in P10.
I didn't hear your initial whine about it, but yeah, you see that. But
Yeah, I was when the race was on. I just said it was stupid.
but in you know, in essence, I agree with you. You know, it is a bit stupid. You know, but that's not for us to decide.
I guess if Mr. Mark calls it a whine, he must have not agreed with the sentiment.
I don't think he agrees. He does make a good point about the Senna quote, though, that it kind of was just him justifying crashing into Prost.
Oh no, I don't think it means that. I think it means the DRS,
Oh,
the whole DRS thing. Because when it happened, and the McLaren got overtaken, I just wondered why. When you already got overtaken using the free overtake DRS, why give it to you again? You know, that's strange to me. You should give a car that got overtaken the chance to fight back. You think, right?
Yeah.
But that's not the case. As Gary goes past Larson in the DRS, and Wimpy retires from the race.
Oh, wimps.
Let's see how it happens.
So Silver and Onion Bargy are kind of just dragging each other along this track. So that's at least that's one good thing we can keep an eye on here is this race for P1. Because if not for Silver, this was an easy win for Onion Bargy. He's like 10-second gap on Vinny, but Silver is of course taking the fight to him, not making it too easy for him. We got a yellow in sector 2. Where is this yellow? I'm not seeing it anywhere. Max splits. Gonna get the DRS on Vin. Did nicely in P4, soon to be P3. Let's see how Vinny does on here with the defending. Oh.
Nothing you can do.
Nah. Right.
No. It is basically a free overtake button.
Formula 1, what you should do is let Vinny get a chance to take it back. But no.
See, this is the part now where it's kind of confusing. The guy's got the move done, and now he gets more DRS.
It's like, we're going to reward you for doing a great move on the DRS. We're going to give you another DRS. Ah!
Strange. Anyways, let's not nag on about it, or whine about it, as Mr. Terra would like to call it.
Let's not do a bounce.
Oh, wow. Damn, what's that supposed to be?
Larson is keeping up with Mozzie here, or have I missed something? I would have thought Mozzie would have been kind of taken off now, as he's on the more durable tire. We're getting into this little pit with a bit of the race bounce, where we're going to have to do a bit of filling, and I was wondering, is there anyone got any requests? Would like us to sing anything? Silver pits. Silver is going for, what did he pit for? He went for the medium, so yeah. The one stop is on. So is the other thing is the undercut of any use in Mexico?
The what?
The undercut.
God, you're asking questions. I don't know.
All right, boys, gentlemen, ladies, in the chat, tell us the how do I speak? The strat with the pits, is the undercut, doable? I suppose in essence any undercut is really doable if you're fast enough. I don't know. So we're looking here for a better track. These penalties are coming in thick and fast. I haven't seen any.
It's not surprised. I'm not surprised on this track.
Exactly. Yeah, I was just going to say that's not surprising in this track because it's so easy to just run a bit too wide on the S's and then get yourself a lovely penalty. Gary is having a look at Motocrosser here. Gary on these fresh soft, so he's going for a two-stop. Get this. Doesn't want to be held up too much by Motocrosser on these hards. Of course, he will get the DRS. So this is going to be pretty straightforward. Oh, so I have to sing on March the 20th, 2020. I'm getting married in the morning. Is that a song? I'm getting married in the morning.
Apparently, yeah.
The thing is, Mrs. Elementrix, first of all, future congratulations on your potential marriage to Mr. Wimpy. But,
Potential.
well, yeah, anything can happen between now and March.
Wow. Okay.
What do you mean, wow? I can just say it. No,
I don't like those vibes. I'm sorry.
Right, hang on a minute. Let me just point out that nothing will happen. They are two epic people, and it'll go ahead as normal. I'm only just pointing out the real world things, right? Now, thing is, 20th of March is a long time away.
Okay.
We don't know if we're going to be still doing this. We don't know if we're going to still be streaming. We don't know if the EGL boys are going to find someone better. The main bands. Oh,
Okay. Be realistic, please.
all right, I need to take a break here because Eddie's just farted and it could strip wallpaper. Hang on.
Oh god.
Oh my god. Oh, this dog. Let me tell you about this dog, right? He walks, he spends his entire time in the living room just barking at all the kids outside, right? He then walks into my studio, under my desk, and then lets one go. And then you see him doing a bit of a sniffing, and then he buggers off again. It's like, yeah, I'm just going to leave that one there. Fancy still eating, man?
Yeah. It's good tortilla, I'm telling you.
You know I never eat a tortilla. I have never ate one.
Have you not?
Correct? Do you put cheese in your tortilla?
No, I just I mean, of course you can make it yourself, but on this occasion I just went and bought like half a kilo of tortilla, like bagged up, for €1.50, mate. I saw that price. I was like, damn, it was on off. It was on sale. I was like, damn, I picked some up. That was really good. I should try it sometime.
Yeah. Orson getting himself a 3-second time penalty as Gary is now on the back of Mr. Keyboard. On those 11 lap hards, which they should still have quite a good bit of life left in them. So we're up to P2 after the pits.
He's in a good position.
Yeah, so Onion comes out in the hards. So I actually switched away there. I shouldn't have. Forgive me. Onion Bar just getting the move done on the keyboard as well. I don't know if you can hear that, guys, that there's quite a lot of banging going on at the background and outside.
I don't think so. At least I can't hear it on Discord.
Right.
But I think to mention is Max Spilz. He's I think that's how you say it. Sorry. He's a 12-lap-old soft, so he's definitely going straight on to the hard tire, and he still has a gap of 3 seconds to Silver, who has to pit again.
Yeah,
So-
exactly. So could he buy himself a P2? That would be quite a mega performance from him.
He's absolutely really maxing at this point, though, because the Max's tires will be on the cliff at this point. I'm pretty sure he's going to pit at the end of this lap as well. So to give his teammate DRS.
Yep, you are correct. Max is coming into pit. So we are on board with Silver, who is our current P1. Most likely he's not going to get it because, of course, he will have to stop. Or will he? Well, do you think he could get those mediums to the end?
Oh god, no. Don't think so.
Also,
No, there's no. He needs to pit again for sure. So, yeah, I mean, if we're having a look at this, at the moment, Onion, for sure in the strongest position of the race.
yeah, just on board with him here as he's trying to make his way past Gary. This is actually playing nicely into Silver, and potentially Max, if Gary is holding up keyboard.
Yep, I mean, we'll see. The smart thing for him would, of course, be to not hold him up because there's no gain for him. Onion is a whole pit stop ahead of him.
Exactly.
So, I would assume he's going to let them pass, but maybe, Bit of rivalry, maybe they'll have a bit of fun. Who knows?
I don't get. Mr. Pretorius is saying he's realised Max's name is Max Splits and not Max Splits.
He just said splits.
It splits regardless.
No. Spilt.
Oh,
Split.
so hang on a minute, you're right. Splits.
Well, apparently you weren't the only one who can't read, Mr. Prix.
I mean, I just glance up at it, see his name, and then just say it.
I just don't care what our fellow drivers do.
Ooh, onions.
Monsieur Onion is showing multiple layers of racecraft here.
Gary's hanging on though.
Yeah, but he's not gone after this.
That was a nice little fight. But
Yep.
we've lost Crimsonium. And Vin the Man is on the back of Max. Oh! Max! I'll just call him Max. Splits! Splits! I think I'm getting worse at this thing, this streaming.
I think he's German. But it's, that would be something German. It might be.
Hello? This is the German Coast Guard. Alright, that will not work.
Yeah, that was a good video, that was.
Yeah. Oh, flip, I just realised, yeah.
What are you thinking about?
What are you thinking about? Man, I died watching that. We've got a right wee battle here at the back between Mozzie. Mozzie's holding everyone up here. Well, not everyone, he's holding up Max and Vinman.
Maxu?
Max, Splits.
What?
Max Splits. Ah,
Yeah, Max Splits gets past the Toro Rosso. And the other wee boy here. For now. But his tire's going funky for me, switching to hards and then to mediums again, constantly.
Yeah. Forgive me again if you hear some barking in the background. It's just Eddie.
Yeah, you don't have to. You do not have to say it 6 or 7 times. I don't think we can hear it that much, to be honest. I think the only thing to hear more is you repeating it constantly. Your dog is doing his duty by keeping the kids away from your home. I think the viewers can understand that.
So, running on board here with Mr. Vin. He's still looking his way past Max. He can't seem to manage. Oh, he's going for that nice little cutback on him. He's not going to get it done there though. Around the outside of that corner, and that's not going to happen. He's really trying to force this move before the DRS. You want to hang on, Mr. Vin?
Yeah.
Just wait for the DRS, or you're going to get
There's no benefit in trying to go for anything that early.
You're going to be completely spoilt with the DRS now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
2
really...
DRS zones just for you. And out ahead of them comes out Gary. Luckily for him, he comes out just ahead of the 2. If he'd been out behind them, that could have been disastrous for him.
It's almost like there's hardly any point defending that DRS. Oh, Max nearly loses it there. Oof.
I mean, in real life it is different because you do have actual slipstream. So if the car DRS is away from you in the front, you can still keep up. You still sometimes have an opportunity to go back for an overtake because in real life slipstream is really powerful. The thing is that in this game it is basically not existent. So it just makes the second DRS basically just nail in the coffin for a battle, pretty much. In real life as well, to a certain extent, but
Yeah.
that's the game.
I'm running on board here with the Mercedes driver of Motocrosser on equal tire life as Keyboard. Of course, get the DRS. He's a little bit of a gap back, so he might not make the move this time. But of course, he will get it the second time around. Let's see where he is. Yeah, he's not going to get it. See how he navigates this. A little bit of a lock up by Keyboard. So, going to get a second bite of the cherry. The first DRS, of course, helped him up. And Luigi getting himself a 3-second time penalty.
Gonna help him.
And Motocrosser does not.
I'm pretty sure Motocross is just charging up on him.
Yeah, good point.
Look at it. I mean, he's on 0. He's getting keyboards to crack in front of him, apparently looking at the lookups.
Yeah.
But I don't think Motocross at the moment is too bothered. He's playing it smart. Something I've seen chat, which is absolutely right, is Silver versus Onion is a perfect look at which strategy could be faster.
Oh,
Because
you mean
Silver's on a
Silver's?
2-stop and Onion on a 1-stop. There's a 7-second gap between them. And yeah, Onion, of course, is staying out till the end of the race. So it's kind of a question of if Silver's strategy can help him at all.
Yeah, Speedy's mentioned, why is he doing a 2-stop if he's using traction and oh, my phone going a bit mental. If he's using traction and ABS, but am I correct in saying that traction and ABS for sure actually increases your tire wear?
Oh no, it decreases it.
Does it? I thought I remember watching a video somewhere where saying ABS can increase tire wear.
Oh god, no, because you can basically not lock up, so you lose that entire factor to your tire wear. So ABS on is definitely less taxing on the tires, and traction control also, because all the wheel spin you would otherwise get, the lost energy on the tires is not there. You're not losing any energy and power. Wheel spin is basically just wear without benefit, so yeah, TC on and ABS on is a benefit for sure for tire life.
I think it's also worth pointing out anyone who is watching this, and any of the boys who are racing who watch it back. Of course, Tier 2 does allow assist, so it's we're not bashing.
Oh yeah, it's not a critique against it, but obviously someone asked the question, I guess. So
yeah.
You can argue that it is a handicap in a sense that you can't, well, ABS I'm not sure, but with TC that you can't decide when you want to have power and whatnot.
Yeah.
Regulate it. So doesn't necessarily mean that having it on it makes you, much better or whatever. It just helps with tire life.
Ooh, Luigi sending it on Onion. But Luigi should get the DRS here, so...
Yeah, not only does he get the move done, he gets rewarded, and both of them have DRS.
Hey! So Onion must have had that off a guy coming into the pits.
Yeah, sure.
Wemby says that he got wrecked in turn 3 from someone in the side damaging his wing to orange, and then the pit crew refusing to fix, like always. I don't think I've actually experienced that, where they haven't pitted, although I've not been given the tires, and of course, as we all know, you and me, Bance, have spent many a time locked in the pits. Cost us a championship.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, we're just like chatting to each other so much that we just, in the middle of the good race, get out of the car just to talk about things, That's why we do it.
Oh, yes.
That's why we always leave the car in the pits.
Yeah, Speedy does correct me there. Yeah, that was Luigi on Motocrosser, sorry.
Motocrosser pitting.
Good to know that someone's paying attention. Oh! Silver has left the session! Now, we've seen it happen before with him. A disconnection.
Right. I'm gonna see if I can invite him real quick. That is absolutely tragic. I mean, it's would have been educational for
for anybody for Saturday.
strategy.
Yeah, for Saturday, and then of course also on Sunday.
Popped him the invite. I don't know if he rejoined yet.
Nope, I haven't seen him rejoin just yet.
Oh man, that sucks.
And George is also left. The Silver has joined back, so he might be able to rescue some of this. Elementrix getting the blows in the men there in chat.
Yeah. And Mr. Wimps.
They're young.
By the way, JRL also had a disconnect. It seems he's joined back. He is in 12th place.
We're going to see where's the closest battle, and it's going to be Inferno Koi on Max Blitz.
Onion here has already gained 4 seconds on Silver. That's annoying. We were robbed for a good battle for the win. Looks like there's not much in Onion's way at this point.
Yeah, it's looking pretty nicely for Onion now. Although we didn't actually factor in Vinny there on the hards as well.
Yeah, that's true, but he's very far back in comparison to him.
Yeah, but when you consider just got Inferno making a move on Max hanging it on there. You shall not pass, he says to Inferno. But yeah, so Luigi's gonna have to pit again. Gary probably won't. Verk. No, will Verk be able to get to the end on currently 14 lap? He's gonna have to pit. I think he's gonna have to pit. He probably will pit for the softs. Not a lot of action at the moment to show people. Inferno currently on the back here of Max. He seems to be struggling in these tight and twisty section of the track, and then that's letting Max just about break the 1 second, but this is his closest chance now. So Inferno Koi flicks open the DRS. What's it looking? No, he's not got enough time either to get it on the first sector. You're going to get it on the second. He should get this one, although the second DRS zone's not quite as long. Right. Yeah. So Inferno is really struggling to make that DRS work for him. Over back, we've got Larson going for a move on Muzzy. Pretty straightforward. Not much yeeting on this track, which is a surprise, because I remember a few seasons ago, Bance, that we were doing Mexico. There was one particular driver, and he was absolutely mugging everyone, and it was you and me that we were getting absolutely wrecked by this guy. I mean, he was using our car.
Oh yeah, was this an SLR?
I don't know. He had a 3-letter name. I know his name.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, 3-letter capital letter name, but I mean,
let's please not talk about it, okay?
Okay, I okay.
No, I'm joking.
Yeah. No, I got your reference. Don't worry.
Okay, very good.
But, yeah, so I was expecting to see some yeetage. But,
it's good for us. It's not here because she would not be pleased.
Oh. Video wants me to read Bailey's comment. Which one? I need to get faster? What, are you joking, son?
Bailey's done a speedy.
Or which one is it? Is it the one where he says, Jensen giving Speedy the practice advantage? Is it that one, or I need to get faster?
I guess it's I need to get faster.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean,
to be fair, Speedy has no place to say this either, does he?
I was going to say, I mean, we were talking about Speedy flexing, but Bailey with the I was going to say the subtle flex, but that's not a subtle flex. He's the current EGL champion. The guy's fast as...
Hey.
Fast. And, what do you mean, hey? I didn't say nothing. The guy's fast as anything. And he's only, what, 13 years old? Need to be faster.
Yeah,
oh, look at this. Oh, hang on a minute, Bailey. Bailey's really going for it now. He's really going.
I'm only doing high 12s.
I'm only doing high 12s.
I'm going to jump off a bridge.
I mean, I'd be lucky to be able to just finish a lap in Mexico without doing a Bottas. But anyway. The only good thing is, Bans, that we're at lap 25.
Oh god, Speedy.
What?
No, never mind. I'll leave that there. Keep talking.
Hang on, Elementrix is saying, "Oh my God, Tipsy, so have I done something wrong here?"
No, you're good. Let's keep going.
While I'm waiting for Elementrix's comment, she's gonna have to tell me what the oh my God, but motocrosser is still on his fight with Keyboard Magnuson. Like, what is this? I don't know. What are they talking about?
Let's not give that any more attention.
I don't get it.
We can talk about it later, okay?
I don't get it.
So, Silver's joined back, hasn't he?
Silver has joined back.
And the gap's increasing again. Unfortunately, that disconnect could cost him the win. The chance to compete for it, at least. His window for the soft tires is open now. It's just a question of what is faster. Because after 10 laps, the softs will not be in great condition.
I have got I don't know if you heard that, a Steam message, which I'm hoping is what the reference is. Of course, I'll see that after the stream. Oh, she was talking about my high-pitched, sarcastic 12s. I don't want. Hang on, Luigi. Not much accent. Luigi on the back, or as I like to say, on the gearbox of keyboard. Keyboard will not make this easy. Oh, Luigi! Oh!
What just happened?
That was a close one. I think he nearly. Now, I tell you what. If Luigi had ABS off, that was going to be a mega lockup and a mega crash. The ABS actually saved him there. But he's going for it here, trying to get keyboard on before the DRS. He will get the DRS advantage, of course.
Nope, he will not.
He will not, actually, yes, correct. Forgive me, I forgot that he doesn't have a setup.
I mean, it's more than anything because Keyboard Magnuson also had DRS from the can front.
I'm making Thimo noises, apparently. The guy's a bad influence on me, I'm sorry. I'm trying to find something exciting, you know. I was going to say, I don't want to bash the race, okay, because I do that a bit too often. I mean, you don't want to bash the thing that we're trying to promote, but... Eddie! Oh, he's trying to rip my leg off here. Get off!
It's not very good, is it?
Well, he thinks my legs are... You know what? Luigi going for motocrosser here, where he nearly killed Keyboard Magnuson. It's the move done before the corner that time, so he's really, you know, no setup or not. He's really picking these guys off.
Yeah, he is definitely on a superior tire strategy, much fresher and also softer. So that's getting in handy for him. He does have a couple of cars out of him, which he could definitely still get. So he is looking like he could potentially have a good finishing position here. So he would also kind of confirm that to a certain level the two-stop works. And another thing to look out for, Tipsy, is that Silva's pitted for the softs as well, and he's 12 seconds behind Onion. So it remains to be seen if he's able to make up the time necessary to get him there. Which he has 8 laps to do 12 seconds. So it is not impossible, because Onion is not only on hard tires, they're also quite old. So I would not be surprised if he's able to pull in a second and a half per lap on him. And if that's true, if he gets anywhere near Onion by the end there, then we can only imagine what would have happened if we didn't have the disconnect from him there, which did rob him of about 4 seconds. Or 5. I didn't look exactly, somewhere around there. So if you can get within the 5-second range, then I think that gives us a pretty good view of how good that strategy would have been.
Can you someone explain Billy's comment when he says when he mentions there about you have to go 12 laps to do the one stop, but lap 1p for 2 stops, what does that mean? 1p? Lap 1p. I mean, I guess the silences means you think
how much the game should be worth. Alright, so something's going on here. Onion does have, of course, a penalty. And Silver does too. Also have one penalty, and he has one warning on top of that. So they are equal on penalties at the moment. If we look at the lap times of Mr. Onion here, his last couple laps were 18.9, 18.8, and 19.0. So very consistent. We can round that out to around 18.9 for his laps there. And if we look over at Mr. Silver here, he's doing 16.3 and 17.5. So that gives you a pretty good idea of the pace difference right now. It is pretty big.
Jensen saying you can go soft, medium, medium. So is soft, medium not viable? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I literally have no experience in Mexico at all in this year's game. Although I suppose we have just seen people doing soft, medium, soft. So you know, it's strategy is going to be going to play a big part in the upcoming races on Saturday and Sunday. Thursday's really kind of a good chance for everyone, you know, to kind of see the different strats in action. Of course, it depends really in terms of who's doing it, really, because you can have a really talented fast driver making the two-stop look like super powerful, but then someone maybe not so good like me making the two-stop look absolute trash. So.
Oh boy, yeah, Silva's made an absolute mess of that last lap there, 19.5. That is not going to cut it. That is slower than Onion's last lap. He needs to maximize his tires, or that's not going to happen.
So we've got two aggressive boys here passing each other, Vinny and Luigi, but Vinny also has the DRS. This is going to get tasty because Vin is not afraid to fight his position. Luigi does get the move done on Vinny, but Vinny will have the DRS as well.
Luigi also gets a penalty.
Oh, that's a little bit of that looked a little bit of collision. That looked on track to me. Now I don't want to call it too early, but it did look like a potential weave or a potential two move by the Williams. It did look like it on my screen. I mean, again, I'm not sure unless anyone else picked that up, but. Man, Luigi's got so much pace in that. So much pace in that. Of course, he is on the soft, so yeah. Oh, Verk ran off track there. Yeah, he backed out of that one because if he had stayed side by side there, it would have been off track and gaining an advantage, and he would have had to give it back. Not necessarily in the game, but just for play, he would have had to give that one back. So.
Another update from Silver here. His last lap at 20.4. Once again going slower. That is comparative to Onion's 18.9 he just did. And Onion, of course, hovering around 18.9 for the last 5 laps anyway.
Oh!
Silver's been jumping all over the place.
Vin man got spun around by Verk.
Vinny and his spins.
Yeah.
He is the Sebastian Vettel of SLR Tier 2.
Well, I mean, he didn't do it like himself. He was in a fight there with Verk, so.
I mean, in one sense that it is his car going around.
Yes.
He is spinning by himself always.
I mean, I don't like calling what I see because I'm kind of viewing it from a spectator's view as well as the data, so I'm not really taking a close keen eye on it, but I don't know whether that was a case of Vinny just sending it up somewhere there was never going to be space, or did Verk not leave enough space for him? I don't know. Need to see that again. Regardless, it did in memory. Just thinking back, it did look like Verk was not really given space, but again, I could be wrong. So we'll look back at that and leave that to the FIA. At the same time, though, like I said, did Vin just send it up the inside there? Is it his own fault? Many people could look at it many different ways.
One thing I can't look in a different way is that Silva, I don't know what is going on with him, but he's completely wasting his opportunity on the soft tire at the moment. His time's all over the place. I don't know exactly what is going on for him there. It might just be that he's trying too hard to catch up, because if we look at his last 5 laps, his outlap started really strong with a 16.3. Then he went to 17.5, 19.5, 20.4, and then 20.3. So there's been a huge drop-off in his lap times, seemingly out of nowhere.
Yeah, so he's actually further back now than when he came out from the pits.
Yes, exactly. So, I mean, of course, we have Onion on 22 lap old hard tires, and he's getting better lap times at this moment in time than Silva does. So, I'm not sure what it's down to, but one thing to consider is that Silva has absolutely no battery left, so he's still pushing like crazy. But, yeah, his lap times are not reflecting it at the moment. So, that is a shame.
Ooh, Verk lagging badly there. Lagged way back. Behind Motocrosser. I was going to say, get excited there, we're going to see a pass, but I don't know. These DRS zones, we're going to on about it again, but the way they're positioned here, it's hard to get excited about a potential pass, because the DRS is so long and it's so OP at the moment that it's pretty much a foregone conclusion. A foregone conclusion that if you're close enough to the guy on the first DRS zone, you're going to get past, So it's in these tight and twisty sections is whenever I get excited to see if someone going for it, making a move. I haven't been keeping an eye on the chat, so hopefully.
Yeah, Speedy got the big timeout.
Ooh!
I didn't see what he wrote, but I assume the moderators were not impressed.
Oh, everything's deleted, so I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, he got timeouted, so it got rid of all his messages.
Oh. Rip Mr. Speedster.
Yep, big F in chat. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to hit that like button. For no other reason than it makes the stream look good.
It's a shame seeing Mr. Speedster getting timed out, because I just think people sometimes don't understand the guy and his humor. I love Speedy. I just want to point that out there. No homo. I do love the guy. I think he's a legend. But anyway, we have a battle on track, ladies and gentlemen. Who is it? It's a Keyboard Magazine, Mr. Splits, and Mr. Verk. Keyboard with his strong defense, Verk with his aggressive style of driving, and then Mr. Max Split with an unknown quantity. What are we in for here?
I'm sorry I have to say, but like Onion's consistency right now on the hard tires is very impressive.
Well, I said that a couple of streams ago, man, that not only is Onion really, a naturally fast guy on quali, but his race speed, his race pace is so fast and he's so consistent that he makes just a really difficult guy to try and beat, especially if he's up there, Oh,
I mean, look at this. He started out with 118.8 and thereabouts, and he's dipped up into the 90s very slightly ever since. But right now, his last laps were 18.9 and 18.8. He's doing very similar times that he did when he got onto the tire. Well, with the amount of laps he has in as well. He has 24 laps in, and he's doing very similar ones to after he left the pits. It's incredible, and he crosses the line, winning the race. Very deservedly so. I don't know how he did that with the tires, but it definitely deserves to be mentioned.
And Silver crosses the line in P2. Does he keep it though? Does he have any penalties? That is the question.
He does have one penalty at least.
And then Gary disconnected for a brief moment there. Gary does keep P2. Luigi gets on track P4, although I know he has penalties. So is this a P4 for Motocrosser? It is. Motocrosser jumps on one of the penalties. Max splits, crosses the line. Max splits
Oh, he
P4.
jumped over
Keyboard
him and Luigi
Magnussen.
goes down to 7th.
Keyboard Magnussen. Right there is a. Hang on a minute. I need to see. He was P15. The guy started P15. Up 10 places. Motocrosser and Max splits up 8 places. Keyboard Magnussen up 10. What a mega drive by him. That is a driver of the day material for me.
Yeah, Keyboard Magnussen for me, definitely.
That is fantastic. I mean, they got up those places again, as I keep saying, on the keyboard, where a lot of heavy braking zones, tricky track.
Man, I need to see this guy on a wheel. Honestly. Keyboard Magnussen, I don't know how he does that. I'm amazed every time.
Yeah, so am I.
That's a race for him.
There we have it. There is our race of Mexico. Not exactly.
Mexico, Pablete.
Mexico. Not exactly the most. Look at that beautiful tricolour and P3. God, I love Gary. Doing it for the Irish. Doing it for the Irish. Go on the Irish! Lovely, nice to see the. It used to be me up there in P3, but that was a long time ago.
That was a long time ago.
Long time ago. It's not that I got slower, it's just that everyone got better.
Actually, we had one at the season opening.
I did get a podium. Yes, we had a double podium, a double McLaren podium, and it was looking.
And we thought that was going to be the best season ever, didn't we?
Yeah, we thought we were going to be an easy defense of our constructors, but it was.
And did you know that it's historically our worst season to date?
Is it?
Yes.
This current season?
Yes.
No, it can't be.
Oh, for sure it is.
Oh, it wait, because if we didn't finish P1, we usually finish P2 in the standings.
Yes. And now we're P4.
But yeah, but they've got their speedies here and Jensen and all the and Tara. Tell you what, Bans, just to see any guys like Jensen who signs up as a reserve, just don't let him race.
Right, yeah.
And
just
give Speedy and Tara like a 3-race ban for just, I don't know, just for being too fast or something. So we claw it back up there. Although, but then there's Nick. Nick's just stepped it up and he's. I just guess I'm gonna have to accept we're just not good enough.
Yeah, pretty much.
Anyway,
as we mentioned, by the way, Max and Gary had no penalties, and I think everyone else did.
There you go, people. That is how. Why is my There we go. No, actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to get the interview screen up. I am going to get. Is it still here? Let me see. There we go. Image slideshow. Few interesting pictures, things that I've got. Pictures of Ellie. A picture of Mrs. Kitsune, Madame Kitsune. Picture of my work. People really want to see. But anyway. That is the race of Mexico. And I think Bance. Oh, right, okay. Hopefully that's not on the stream. Hopefully nobody saw that. I just looked at a lovely message by Speedy.
Ah, yeah, the Steam message.
So. Thank you, Mrs. P. I guess.
So now you understand why I did tell you on stream, I suppose.
Yes. We're gonna get some. We're gonna get some mother fodder interviews in here. I want to get Silver in. I want to get Silver in. I want to know what happened to Silver.
Yes, let's get that done.
What? Oh, okay. Brings him in. I was gonna bring the winner in first, but all right.
No, I am not interested to know Silver. What happened? What happened on that soft run?
Especially that
I
last
need
run.
to know.
Yeah, so I disconnected and I joined instantly back. But the game gave me a different setup. I had 7 as front wing, so that doesn't went
7
right.
as front wing.
Yeah, my top end speed was barely above 300. So.
Okay, yeah. I mean that is not how you
7?
want to have that.
Yeah, I was 5 seconds almost at the end slower than my own lap. So.
Yeah, because I was comparing your lap times to Onion because we were very curious to see if the 2-stop was actually perhaps even faster, or at least competitive.
I think if I didn't disconnect, the 2-stop could have been worked. I was on a good pace on the mediums.
Yeah, you lost around 5 seconds, we think, when you had that disconnect. So
yeah, and the gaps were a glitch as well. So I think it could have worked, but yeah, I'm still pretty happy.
Yeah, that sounds terrible though. That's a really strange bug to have. I don't really know how that's possible. Hey, let's give this guy 7 wing after ruining his race by disconnecting him. Yeah. Anyway,
Um, is that all? Have you finished using Silver? Is
I
he?
have. Well, hey, I mean, there's still things you can ask him. I just was very curious about that little soft stint.
Is there anything you would like to add, Mr. Silver?
Um, yeah, quality was pretty bad. I invalidated my last lap. But actually, I was pretty happy because I was P3, so I could slipstream Onion on the straight line at the start. I had a good start, but then Onion boxed me into him and Garriok. But Garriok left a little space. I was on the inside. I managed to hold on P2 and had a great battle the whole first lap. So it was pretty fun.
Silver, did you ever consider doing the one stop, or was it your strategy was always the two stop?
I was trying to overtake Onion as quick as possible, so I could manage my tires more, but that didn't work out. So I pitted earlier than him, and I was pretty sure the two stop was gonna work. So I was just looking at Onion what the lap times were, but then yeah, after a disconnect, I failed, and yeah.
Yeah, it's like Bance was saying, we seen you coming out on the softs, and we were thinking you're gonna have such a mega overspeed that you had a great chance of catching Onion, and you were doing it. You came out 12 seconds behind him, and you got it down to, I think the closest was 8 seconds. But then as Bance was keeping a close keen eye on your times you were setting, then you were going suddenly very slow to the point where you dropped back beyond where you were even at the pits, like 13 odd seconds. So we were kind of curious, what happened to you more than anything.
Yeah, if I didn't disconnect and I didn't lose my time at the mediums, I think there was a chance I could overtake him, but I still had my 3 seconds time penalty. I didn't know if he had any.
Mm. Yeah, I think everyone had penalties except Keyboard and Max, and Gary as
Yeah,
well.
Gary and Max, I think.
Are the only guys that didn't have penalties?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. But overall, even though all things considered, Silver, with your disconnection, you still put it in P2. So well done, man.
Yeah, it was a bit sweaty, but was really fun.
Well, good job, man. I'll move you out now and get the Mr. P1 in. Thanks, Silver.
Yes, yep.
See if we can catch him mid sentence.
Go on then. Damn it! I think he was talking.
Hello?
Hi.
Hello.
What is up, Mr. Race Winner? That was really impressive, that hard stint, honestly.
Yeah.
I was looking at your times there, comparing them to Silver. You were, from the start of your hard stint to the very end, doing the exact same lap time.
19
Really
flats.
impressive.
I was aiming for 19 flats, trying to break into the 18s. I don't think I
you
got
were
into
doing
the 18s.
that plenty, mate.
Yeah. I don't know. To be honest, I was actually going to do soft mediums one stop. But then I thought to myself, that's a bit silly. But yeah, it managed to work. Wow. Silver had issues, so.
Yeah, apparently he got a 7-wing setup when he rejoined the game.
Yeah. So it's hard to. But the weird thing is, on the first lap on his softs, or first couple of laps, he's closing in like 2 seconds. So I don't know. I don't know what would happen if he didn't lose 6 seconds, but I'll take the win.
Yeah, man. I mean, regardless, deserved. I mean, that's some incredible consistency on the tires, really. I mean, you weren't really shifting more than 3/10 out of your threshold there in your averages on the lap, so really impressive, honestly.
Yeah.
And that's we did get robbed from a potential fight for the win there with Silver's alternative strategy, which looked like.
I mean, I don't know if it's alternative. I think maybe it is the better strategy. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing we were hoping to find out. I mean, if you hadn't had those technical issues, it would have been nice to see if the strategy was competitive or not. I mean, it looks like it would have been, but
it's hard to say. I don't know.
Yeah,
the software are pretty bad.
Like, yeah, that's why. Yeah, we never got to see. I mean, it can't be that bad.
No, I nearly spun twice on the last 2 laps.
Oh, yeah.
Before my pit stop, so. But I don't know. I don't know. We have to leave that to tier 1 to find out.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Yes.
Sure that people will take a hint from this though and try, perhaps.
Yeah.
So we'll see you soon. A few days'
Mm.
time.
Yeah. But the race start was interesting as well.
Yeah.
Got a terrible start.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, we saw. I mean, you were going 3 wide into the first corner. What that
Yeah,
went?
Gary
I
got
think
him,
I
yeah.
managed to box Silver in on inside. So I kind of just hoped Gary mess up, and he did.
Yeah, he did as well. Like Gary was having a really good run into turn 1 there, and then he seemed to get a bit overwhelmed by the situation and locked up and run wide.
Yeah. And then I think I just managed to get around the outside. And I managed to dive bomb keyboard Magnussen. Don't know if you saw that, but I enjoyed that.
Yeah, I
Felt
mean,
like
it is
Ricardo.
important to dive bomb this guy because he is not easy to overtake.
Yeah, I've learned that. I've lost a couple of races due to being stuck behind him, so
Yeah,
I
he's
think I've
quite the defender.
learned to catch him on when he's surprised.
Yeah.
We are a bit partial to the old defense, aren't we, Bance?
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's
good job on you, and congratulations on the race win.
Yeah, thank you.
And we will now move you out and bring in your arch rival. Unfortunately, he wasn't much of a rival today, but we're gonna bring in Mr. Luigi. Thanks,
Right.
man.
All right,
Bye-bye.
take care. Thanks.
So Luigi's mentioned 3. How good is that?
Told you I don't have a Switch.
Liar. Anyway, hi. How did that go? That was not the great ideal race for you, was it?
I mean, you guys probably guessed that something was wrong, right?
Yeah, you didn't have to setup load it, did you?
I didn't. I everything went so wrong, man. I think it was worse than Singapore. My strategy was medium hard for the race, and I ended up not getting the harder sets in quali because I just wasn't paying attention, so totally my bad. And so I ended up with softer compounds, so I had only 1 lap on mediums, which I spun.
Right? I saw that on stream.
But I think the worst part about all of this is obviously I spammed the button on my steering wheel like an idiot, and I went out straight up without a setup.
Oh, yeah, I've done that before. You know
Yeah,
when
me
you
too.
like you got the thing up with Parfum, just like the warning that you
Yeah.
haven't loaded the.
Yep.
I've done that.
So I just
Ah,
spammed
yeah.
like it was career mode, and I just went out there without a setup, and that was basically my weekend ruined from there on. But it got worse. It got worse. I got P6, which is honestly incredible without a setup. And then I got front wing damage from Vinny when he spun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
seen
saw
that.
that.
So yeah, then it was pretty much a meme race just for fun. I still had fun, catching everybody after that. I did a 2-stop. I decided to go medium, and I like extended those mediums for 22 laps. They were at 75% when I went in, which is kind of mad.
boy.
I was literally afraid of the puncture at this point. Don't know how I didn't get one. And then I had my fun on soft tires, but obviously couldn't get the fastest lap for 2 reasons. First, I didn't have my setups, and then I had front wing damage. But perfect. I'm still a fun race. Could have been much better. I think I could have gotten P1 if everything went well, because obviously the Onion strategy wasn't. I mean, it worked out for him because he didn't have anybody to challenge him, so he thought he was fast.
Yeah,
but I don't think
Silver,
he would have been that
unfortunately,
fast.
it was taken up by technical difficulties,
Yeah, I saw that.
but he was looking to be quite the challenge there on the soft tire. So it was a shame. But
So,
what did you take the wing down to for the race?
Hmm?
Because obviously you're stuck with the 6 rear wing, but you can adjust the front wing still, regardless of Parfum.
Yeah, I did adjust the front wing. I reduced it by 1.
Just by 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, thanks God, because with the front wing damage, it would have been the end. I mean, you saw how hard it was to drive that car. I got like 4 penalties again. Same
Yeah.
thing as Singapore. But I was oversteering and understeering everywhere. Literally a GP2, man. So hard to drive that car today. But
So you really do feel like Fernando Alonso, I see.
dude, worst. Imagine having the performance of Fernando Alonso and then not having any setup.
Well, I
That's pretty
guess
much
it
how I
was.
felt.
I guess it was just a race for you, Luigi, of what could have been effectively. It was. You did a great job with default setup, putting the car where you did put it, and even being competitive. So respect for you for doing that. But also, I want to make a wee message to your race engineer, Mr. Mullo, Joel.
Mhm.
He's, I think he's been your race engineer. I want to thank him again because he made a little intro video for the stream today. So,
Oh yeah, that was nice. Hey, that was nice. I saw
Yeah.
it. I mean, he sent it to me like before the stream. So.
yeah, I got it and I did a wee voiceover for it with, let's just say I didn't read a script. I didn't write it like 5 minutes beforehand. But anyway.
Well, to be honest, it was pretty good, man. I was impressed. I mean, it's definitely more professional than your usual stuff. So. I mean, no, but like, come on, for real. That was
Man,
pretty professional. That was nice. That was nice. I was
Man,
impressed.
Have you not watched our REGL ones? Not the
I
last.
have, and I cringe. I cringe hard.
What do you mean you cringe? Not the last. Not the last EGL, but the previous one.
I haven't watched EGL. I haven't watched EGL.
Man, you need to watch the second last EGL. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Right.
man. Thank you for your interview. Well done on your race, all things considered. And make sure you take care the next time and don't spam that button because we want to see a Luigi onion barge battle.
I mean, let me just give a warning. Coda is probably even worse than Mexico for me, so I think Coda Circuit of the Americas, USA, where we're going next, is literally the worst track in the world. It's a disgust of a track. I hate it. It's so bad. It's not enjoyable to drive at all. It's horrible for the tires. The F1 cars are just not meant to go around there, man. It's so bad. I don't know why people. I mean, I don't know anybody who likes this track except for my engineer, but it's horrible. It's horrible. It's a horrible track.
So it's safe to say you are not yourself a fan of Coda.
What do you mean? I love it. What are you talking about? Absolutely love Coda.
Right. Well, after that little rant by Luis de Luigi, which is perfectly fine, I'm often partial to the odd rant, so you're welcome to.
Oh, Rob, you?
Yes,
You never
man.
go on a tangent.
Anyway, thank you, Mr. Luigi.
My pleasure.
It was our pleasure is all ours.
All right.
It goes, Mr. Luigi, and I'm a bit. I have to say, I'm just reading the comments, Bance. I don't know if you've been reading them while you're doing the fantastic interview, and I'm a bit hurt.
What's that? Oh, is it the voice acting?
Mr. Terror, what?
I think he's got a point.
What? I mean, I really tried.
Wow. I mean, I can just feel the cliff of sadness in here right now.
I mean, I thought I was doing good. Like, I thought I was improving, but... Oh, I see him trying to back out now. Look, he's trying to backtrack. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's us. That's us done, Terror. I'm going to give you the silent treatment. So, okay.
You've
There
got
we
some
are.
nice space pictures, by the way, on the interview screen.
Flipping right, I do, man. Space is epic. I love space. So don't get me started because this stream will suddenly turn like a whole 24-hour video. I love space.
Hell yeah, dude. I'll join you for that. You know what I used to do? I used to buy these little model pieces for like Apollo rockets.
Yes.
And like those that you actually have to like hand glue together, where it's literally just tiny pieces. And you have to paint it yourself and stuff. And like, assemble these rockets. I did Apollo 13 for one. I don't know.
That would be pretty
I
epic.
don't remember the other ones quite well, but that one specifically, that took such a long time. It's ridiculous.
Well, there was, I don't know if anyone paid attention, but just recently there on the 21st and 22nd of October, so you're a bit late. Not necessarily though, because it's still ongoing, but there's a thing called, I'm really going off track here, sidetracking, but there's a thing called the Orionid, which is which is like it's when Earth is passing through the remnants of the Halley's Comet when it broke up, and it was at its peak. If you look east on the 21st and 22nd of October, you would have seen arguably 20 comets across the sky an hour. And that's ongoing, and from the 2nd of October to, I think it's finishes on the 7th of November, so you still might catch a glimpse if you look towards the east on a nice clear night. So that's currently going on, and also there's SpaceX will be testing out another one of their their rockets or whatever it is they're testing out soon as well. So if anyone is interested in, you should subscribe to the SpaceX channel because they hold some fantastic live streams of things that they're promoting. But anyway, we're getting way off. I know Chief would like it too because Chief is like us as well. He loves all that space stuff. But many people
let's
aren't.
get him in here and talk about space. It's time for the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should probably end it, shouldn't we? Before we cause everyone to kill themselves.
Before we ended up with everyone unsubscribing. Tomorrow is tomorrow's Formula 2. Now I don't know what's happening with Formula 2 because I've kind of told Chief that I kind of want to take a backtracking from the Formula 2 commentating. Maybe race, don't know. We'll see what happens. If there's space available, I might give it a go. Although it is Mexico, so. But so anyway, tomorrow is Formula 2. It's up there for whoever wants to commentate. Eventually, there will be a seat available for commentating. But yeah, tune in for that in Mexico Formula 2, and then on Saturday will be, of course, Mr. Terra and Mr. Thimo, for the tier 1, for the Thimo. I love Thimo. Just point that out there. Okay. For the tier.
Wait, hold on. F2. Did we have F2 last week?
Yes.
Wasn't that the finale?
Oh! Hang on a minute. You're right.
Fake news.
You're right, Bance. Well done. Oh, I'm getting a WhatsApp message from Madame Kitsune saying that she's coming home soon, and if I want anything from the shop, epic. More tea, please. So I'll not be home alone. How epic? Because I don't. Anyway. Yes, so tomorrow there will not be any Formula 2 racing. So I don't know if there's anything planned for tomorrow, people. But regardless, tune in for Saturday Tier 1, where Mr. Terry and Mr. Thimo will be taking over the reins of the streams. They're getting a bit more perfect, a bit more the beautiful. Well, actually, you know what? I'm not even going to praise the man after the horrific thing he's been saying to me. If you want to hear a really mediocre kind of commentating, tune into Mr. Terror. And
I wouldn't say it that way. Second best commentary on AJL.
There we go. That's the bit. If you want to tune in Saturday, ladies and gentlemen, tune in Saturday for Tier 1 for the second best commentating stream on SLR, Mr. Terror and Mr. Thimo. And then on Sunday, tune in for the best racing on the EGL to SRL. What do you mean? Don't dish your own leg. I'm literally bigging up your baby, of which I have been.
You are, yeah.
Yeah. Tune in on Sunday for some epic racing. 2SRL, where all the boys get on, all the gamers, Speedy. You get all the Tier 1 legends and all the 2SRL guys and all the streamers gaming on. I don't know if we're going to get a stream. Hopefully we get a stream. Please let us have a stream, please, ladies and gentlemen. But anyway, tune in on Sunday. I think Bance is timed differently though, isn't it, for the American race?
Right, yeah. So because the real US Grand Prix is on, I think we're doing 18:20 CET. So that is for all like German folks and such, and for British folks, of course, that's 17:20. So yeah,
that pretty much wraps it up. So Bance, are you ready?
Oh, is it my pleasure to do this again?
Wait. So that is all we have for you this week, folks. Again, tune in on all those dates that we have said. With that being said,
Rated Extreme!